Welcome to episode 7 of the Wrestling Burn with Parksy and the Zombie.
Oh yeah!
Ooh, I thought you were going to go with something different there.
I was going to, but I forgot what I was going to do, so...
You were going to be Vince McMahon, and...
Oh yeah! You're fired! That sounds like friggin...
WrestleMania!
Yosemite Sam, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, well. Yeah, now that we're on the topic of WrestleMania, it sucked.
It's got to be the worst WrestleMania I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
I mean, given the past 5 WrestleManias were not good at all. You know when WrestleMania was good? Back when they had the tables, ladders, and chair matches.
The Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. Those were fucking awesome matches.
I think they should get rid of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view and put it back at WrestleMania, because at least you were guaranteed a good match.
Yeah. I did not like WrestleMania at all this year.
No. Glad I didn't pay the $70 or whatever it was.
Out of all the matches, probably the best match was the Taker.
Yeah, which is surprising.
CM Punk, which was shocking.
Yeah.
As all hell.
I think CM Punk carried him through that match. So, I mean, Taker didn't look bad, but it wasn't good either. Lesnar Triple H was up there, too. I thought Lesnar Triple H was a very good match.
Now, I'm hearing Lesnar got fucking knocked out.
Yeah, Lesnar got knocked out in the beginning of the match.
90 seconds. They said he was friggin' out cold. He got a knee to the face. Out cold.
Yep, botched move, Lesnar out cold.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I was glad it was actually a violent match. They did a good job with that. I think it's just WWE trying to be too family-friendly.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of like watching the Wiggles wrestle.
Actually, the Wiggles had a higher rating one week than Raw did. Or something like that, or SmackDown. It was one of them.
Yeah, they need to go back to the old ways. Monday Night Raw was, I don't know, maybe they hired all new writers.
It basically is a new writing team.
It was a hell of a lot better than WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah. Monday Night Raw, and it was the fans that made it.
Thank God for those fans.
I think it was a good influx of fans from Jersey and New York, those Madison Square Garden fans, as well as the foreign fans that were there for WrestleMania, that really took that show over and made it awesome. I mean, WWE changed a lot of things on the fly for that episode. That they did a lot of things that weren't planned. Yeah, but it started with The Rock canceling out. I've heard that Dolph Ziggler wasn't actually supposed to cash in, but with all the fans chanting, "We want Ziggler."
Ziggy, Ziggy.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought the greatest part is when people started friggin' singing the song.
Oh, the Fandango. Fandango's theme song on Twitter right now is like the number 40-something. It's in the top... It's in the top 50.
And then they're all doing the friggin' out dance.
Yeah, that was awesome.
The friggin' announce team didn't even know what to say half the time because they were like totally freaking... It's like when The Miz and...
Wade Barrett.
They were cheering for Wade Barrett. And I don't know if you noticed, Wade Barrett had The Miz in a chokehold. And they're all chanting for Wayne Barrett, and Miz is sitting there going, shaking his head.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on here? This is nuts.
That was crazy. I mean, I think those fans showed WWE they're tired of having the same old people pushed. I mean, the WWE went back on a plan. John Cena did say in an interview he was supposed to turn heel. They changed that probably 40 minutes before WrestleMania went on the air.
Speaking of that, with the whole Ryback thing, now, I read an article saying that, now Ryback's a heel.
Yeah.
Are we sure are they just saying this? Because people fucking love Ryback, and most people hate Cena.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how they're going to turn that.
I think Ryback, besides Ziggler winning the championship, I think Ryback got the biggest pop of the night when he shell-shocked Cena.
Did Mark Henry get the shaft?
I think Mark Henry got the shaft.
Yeah, I did too. That was just... totally.
How does Ryback lose and become the number 1 contender?
I don't know.
I love how Booker T came out too and goes, "Oh no, you two can't make your own title match." But Cena and Punk a few weeks ago made their own number 1 contender match.
They're trying to make Booker T a heel. They were saying. I heard something that at the Hall of Fame that they wanted to make him go heel at the Hall of Fame.
You can't. People don't play their character at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know.
Their actual selves at the Hall of Fame.
And his brother inducted him?
I think that's cool.
I'm like, what? What?
Why do you not like...
Because Harlem Heat should have got put in before him by himself. He was Harlem Heat before he was an individual wrestler.
Yeah, I think that just means Harlem Heat isn't going in.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, oh well.
That's too bad. That's sad.
You know what? I've been up on a topic, or I've been concerned with a topic, or interested, however you want to put it, for a while now, and it's steroids in wrestling, and how big an issue is it, actually?
It's been an issue for a long time, since
since
97?
Yeah, whatever the trial was where Hogan testified against Vince to save his own ass.
Wrestlers have just been... it's unusual. I know they take a beating in the ring, but dying at age 36, 37...
44...
They're going home and relaxing on their couch. Like Umaga goes home, sits down to take a nap on his couch and dies.
Hawk, who actually didn't do steroids. Hawk was not a steroid user. He used a lot of other things. Steroid wasn't. Pillhead and painkillers, cocaine, alcohol. He had a whole mix.
Well, that was Eddie Guerrero's issue.
Cocaine and alcohol and pills.
Well, his whole
and
career,
steroids.
He's been on steroids and.
Well, yeah, he had just recently got clean. They had said.
Well, you look at Kurt Hennig. He wasn't a big dude.
No, well, he was small, but he was stout.
But a lot of these guys use steroids for recovery from injuries.
Yeah,
not necessarily.
That's actually
like John Cena to get fucking jacked up.
Yeah,
Speaking
of using steroids for getting better from injuries, Carlito actually tweeted. That's right, Carlito, after he's been released for about 3 years now, tweeted that he thought The Rock uses steroids.
I thought he said that he actually saw The Rock use steroids.
Did he say he saw The Rock use steroids? I didn't hear about that. I know he accused him of using steroids. I wouldn't be surprised if he does use steroids. I mean, look at how big the guy is.
Yeah, even for that movie, I heard for that movie they were
Pain
using...
and Gain?
Yeah, they were using growth hormones in that movie to friggin'...
I know Mark Wahlberg did.
Yeah.
Yeah, allegedly observed The Rock take steroid and consume steroids. Okay, yeah. I mean, I read an article where a writer was like, "Oh, The Rock's body hasn't changed that much since he started." That's bull.
But
he had sausage tits.
He hasn't shrunk. Yeah, when he first started in wrestling, he
was chubby.
He had bitch tits.
He was chubby, and this was because he was still fat from playing college football.
Yeah.
I don't know how you say his body hasn't changed, because now he has, like, a double D cup and solid muscle.
Yeah, he's fucking jacked.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, you're going to take steroids. Admit you're taking steroids. It's wrestling. It's entertainment. It's not sports. Granted...
Vince McMahon wants it to be both, but...
Yeah, Vince wants it to be both, but, I mean, look at Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon, steroid freak, admitted.
Yeah.
He's admitted he did steroids.
Oh, that's obvious.
Yeah,
look
no.
at the fucking size of the guy.
Yeah, I know.
He's still kind of jacked.
He's still huge. He was on the cover of Muscle and Fitness like 2 years ago.
But, he looks awkward jacked. I don't know
he
why.
does. He looks... Probably because you see him in a suit all the time, and then you see him go out to the ring when he's actually going to wrestle, and you just see him on a tank top or whatever, a wife beater, and
It's just like he's got a huge body and a tiny little head.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
Like a dog. Like a dog. He's like a dog.
He's like one of those shrunken heads that you'd go to Amazon to get. You put it on the top of his head. I got a little... It's like his penis, probably.
Oh, God, don't even...
I got a tiny little head! WrestleMania!
You are one of the most vulgar people I know.
Sorry.
I've never thought
I didn't mean to say that.
Oh,
I don't apologize for it, though. I love TNA wrestling. Wait,
what?
Nice shot. I don't know.
What? That came out of nowhere.
So, Mark Hardy. Or is that Jeff Hardy?
You're thinking of Jeff Hardy, and you're combining him with Mark Henry. That'd be an awkward baby.
Both on steroids.
I don't think Mark Henry does steroids.
Oh, Mark Henry's on steroids for recovery. He's been injured so many times, I'm sure he's...
Yeah, probably for his knees and everything.
For his knees.
I mean, I don't have a problem with guys taking steroids to recover, I should say, but... Once you do it enough to where it's a habit and you start dying... Let's look at it this way.
When you're watching wrestling, do you want to see a bunch of normal guys wrestling like me? Or do you want to see your guys like a superhero? I think kids, that's kind of the way...
That's what draws the kids in.
They want to see these larger-than-life characters. And
I don't mind
the only way to get them that way is to juice them up, and juice them up the right way and the safe way.
That's right.
you can do juice and you can mix it with 20 different kinds.
And get roid rage.
And get roid rage and you end up dying of a heart attack and killing yourself and something like that. Or you can do it the normal way through a doctor.
Or GNC. Or even just lifting and, like, using normal supplements. Like,
as long as somebody's, like, watching over to make sure you're doing it right.
Yeah. But most of these guys are just like, oh, no, stick the needle in my butt in the locker room. I'll be okay.
Yeah, shove it in my ass. It'll get there quicker. I meant the needle, not the penis. Sorry. And I've heard people doing it that way, so don't give me a hard time about that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. I really don't care how jacked these guys are. It kind of just makes me feel bad about myself.
Yeah, I'm so out of shape, it's not even funny. I'm not fat, though. Ladies out there?
You're married.
Yeah, man. Sorry, forget it.
I'm not, though.
Do you think the wellness policy was just, in the WWE, was just for, to get the government case off their backs?
Yeah, I mean, they actually did just tighten up the wellness policy, too. That's why Bruno Sammartino actually finally got inducted.
Dude, that guy's still jacked for 80 years old.
Yeah, he was...
Holy crap!
That guy's big. He's big, and you know he doesn't juice, because you can tell when a lot of guys juice, they'll have the huge box chest, but it's, like, out of proportion. You can see all the veins popping out of their arms and everything.
Yeah, well, he was big back in the day.
Yeah.
Like Arnold was saying, the guy was friggin' huge.
I've seen a couple of his matches from, like, DVDs and YouTube and stuff, and he's just... Even when he got old, and he was wrestling, like, Macho Man, and he was still big.
So the wellness policy in the WWE is also for, like, marijuana and...
Yeah,
all other kinds of drugs like that, huh?
Marijuana, I honestly do not care if somebody in... Like, how does that affect a wrestler?
Well, you know what? What I think about that is, as long as they're not doing it in the ring. If they don't come to the ring stoned, fine.
Jack Swagger, RVD.
If they need to do it after the match for injuries, to help themselves heal or whatever.
Yeah, even just to, like, relax.
Just to relax, to get to sleep at night. I have no problem with that.
No, I don't... Because it's not addictive.
The problem is when you come to work, it's just like me going to my job all stoned or drunk or...
Yeah, whatever.
You know, any of that crap.
Just basically being anti-Scott Hall.
I love Scott Hall. He just had surgery.
Yeah, did he?
Yes, he did. He had hip surgery.
Hip? Oh, God, he's getting
Or is
old.
it leg surgery?
I think it might have been hip.
It was one of the two.
I believe it was hip because I thought the doctor said the hip didn't look good and it's going to cause him some pain for a while, but in a couple months it should be okay.
Yeah, it was one of those. I don't remember.
I believe it was hip. You have a list of some guys that have been suspended, right?
Batista.
I thought Batista was the only false one, though. Or it might have been a false test, and he's actually suing them right now.
Eugene was one.
Eugene?
Eugene was actually fired for the drug policy and wellness program.
Really?
Yeah, well, that was... I don't know what.
That was a while ago. Yeah, it doesn't say.
They just said he had major problems with things. There was a problem in the roster. Maybe that's why he was acting retarded.
No, that's an actual gimmick.
Yeah,
that he uses all the time. Actually, you know what I think is funny? When CM Punk started the Straight Edge Society, when he brought the guy that played Festus in, and said Festus used drugs and CM Punk got them off of him, and that's why he's normal now.
Really?
Yeah, that was the whole story behind that.
Wow. What about Chris Benoit?
Oh,
There's a giant...
There's the story of why you should have someone monitor you if you're going to use steroids. Chris Benoit.
He was on a list of drugs.
You got the list of it?
That's a list of drugs that Chris Benoit was on.
All right, he was on somatropin, that's an HGH. Nandrolone, that's an anabolic steroid. Genotropin, another HGH. Stanozol, I can't even pronounce most of these. It was another anabolic steroids, which counters the effects of other steroids. Anstrolazole, stops side effects of steroid use, like breasts. More testosterone, and he was doing chronic gonadrotide. I can't even pronounce that one either. And it maintains your natural testosterone. That's a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steroids, and most of them are just to counter the effects of steroids.
Yeah. Isn't that ridiculous? No wonder he went fucking insane.
Yeah, that's why he had the brain of an 80-year-old man.
That's